Time is the most familiar mystery you will ever live inside. You can't hold it. You can't stop it. You can't even point to it without it already becoming the past. And yet, everything you care about is built out of it. Your memories, your bodies, your relationships, your fear, your meaning. So what is time? Most people grow up with a simple picture. Time is a universal river. It flows the same for everyone. The past is behind you. The future is ahead. And now is a thin knife edge where life happens. Physics quietly breaks that picture. In Einstein's relativity, time is not a single river. It is woven together with space into one fabric, space-time. Motion and gravity don't just move you through the space. They change how fast your time passes. A clock on a fast spaceship ticks differently than a clock on Earth. A clock closer to a massive object ticks differently than one far away. This is time dilation, real, measurable, and unavoidable. So there is no master clock for the universe. No cosmic metronome. No perfect, universal now that everyone shares. And even more strangely, two people can disagree about which events are happening at the same time. And both be correct. That sounds like philosophy. But it is engineering. GPS satellites have to correct for relativity, or your phone would drift meters every day. Relativity gives us a shocking idea. The universe does not privilege the present. Which raises a deeper question. If physics doesn't contain a single now, why do you feel one? Because your brain is not a physics engine. It is a survival machine. And it builds a sense of now out of attention. Your present is not a point. It is a window. A few seconds where your brain binds sight, sound, touch, and thought into one scene. A stitched-together moment, constantly refreshed. That window can stretch. Fear can slow it down. Novelty can thicken it. Routine can compress it. But the window is always a construction. So the first mystery of time is this. The time you experience is partly made by you. But physics has another mystery, and it is darker. Even if time is relative, it still seems to have a direction. You remember yesterday, not tomorrow. You can unbreak an egg only in imagination. You can't unburn a fire. Time has an arrow. Where does the arrow come from? The best scientific answer is entropy. Entropy is not disorder in a moral sense. It is a measure of how many microscopic arrangements correspond to what you see. And the universe tends to move from less probable arrangements to more probable ones. A neatly arranged room
can become messy in countless ways.
A messy room can become neat in only a few. So, statistically, the messy direction wins. This is why heat spreads out, why smoke disperses, why bodies age, why systems decay unless energy is constantly spent to maintain them. The arrow of time is, in a way, the arrow of forgetting. Information gets smeared into the environment. The details of the past leak away, atom by atom, into the world. And yet, your brain does something special. It builds memory by spending energy to store information. You create islands of order inside a universe that drifts toward entropy. This is why you can have a past. To remember is to trap patterns long enough to use them. So the second mystery is, time feels like a river, because memory is one way. But here comes the strangest part. Some physicists suggest that, at the deepest level, the universe might not flow at all.
There is a view often called the block universe.
Past, present, and future are all part of a single four-dimensional structure. Nothing moves through time. Instead, you are a world line, a path through space-time.
And your consciousness is what makes it feel like you are traveling along it. In this view,
Now is like the frame of a movie you happen to be watching. The film already contains every frame, but you experience them one at a time. Other philosophers and physicists argue the opposite, that only the present is real, or that the future is open. This family of ideas is sometimes called presentism. And we don't have a final verdict.
because physics gives us equations, not metaphors.
And time might be the place where our metaphors finally break. Then there is the quantum layer,
Where the world behaves less like a machine and more like a set of probabilities.
In quantum mechanics, events are not always determined until they are measured or interacted with. Time still appears in the equations, but its role becomes subtle. Some approaches even suggest that time might be emergent, not fundamental, but rising from deeper relationships, like temperature emerges from motion of molecules. If time is emergent, then flow could be the sensation of a system updating itself, like information processing. Which would mean the universe is not a river. It is a computation, or a network, or a book that reads itself. At this point, time stops being a simple quantity and becomes a boundary between what can be predicted and what cannot, between what is recorded and what is lost, between what is possible and what is done. So what is the essence of time? Scientifically, you can say, time is the dimension that orders change. It is how the universe keeps track of before and after. It is the coordinate that lets causes precede effects.
But existentially, time is something else.
Time is the shape of a life. Because your life is not made of minutes. It is made of moments you can return to. Moments you can feel again. Moments that changed you. And those moments are not evenly distributed. Childhood can feel endless because everything is new. Adulthood can feel fast because days repeat. Older years can feel thin because attention narrows. None of this means your life is short. It means your brain is economical with memory. So if you want time to feel real again, you don't need to defeat physics. You need to feed attention. Do one unfamiliar thing. Have one honest conversation. Learn one skill that makes your hands clumsy. Walk one new path. Create one ritual that slows you down. These are not productivity hacks. They are time anchors. They give your mind places to stand in the river. And here is the quiet truth that survives every theory. Whether time is a flowing river, a static block, or an emergent pattern,
you only ever receive it in one form, a present you can inhabit.
The past is a story you carry. The future is a space you imagine.
But the present is where you can choose. That doesn't make time less mysterious.
It makes it more meaningful. Because the mystery of time is not only what it is
what it demands from you to notice.
If this episode gave you a calmer, clearer way to look at time, tap like.
And for more science-first stories with a quiet sense of wonder, subscribe to Arcane Knowledge.